Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a boy named Jack. Jack was a kind-hearted, curious lad who lived with his mother in a small cottage. Times were tough, and their only possession of any worth was a cow named Milky White. One morning, as Jack and his mother stared at their nearly empty pantry, his mother sighed. "Jack, we've no choice. You must take Milky White to the market and sell her. Make sure to get a good price." Jack loved Milky White, but he knew his mother was right. So, with a heavy heart, he set off to the market, leading the cow by her rope. On the way, Jack met a curious old man. The man had a twinkle in his eye and a long beard that seemed to dance in the wind. "Good morning, young fellow," the man said cheerfully. "Where are you taking that fine cow?" "To the market," Jack replied, "to sell her for money." The old man stroked his beard thoughtfully. "How about a trade instead? I'll give you these magical beans for your cow." "Magical beans?" Jack asked, his eyes widening. "Indeed. Plant them, and by morning you'll see wonders beyond your imagination." Jack hesitated, but was enchanted by the idea of magic. Finally, he traded Milky White for the beans and rushed home to show his mother. When Jack's mother saw the beans, her face turned red with anger. "Beans? You traded our cow for beans?" she cried. In her frustration, she flung the beans out the window and sent Jack to bed without supper. That night, Jack lay in bed feeling miserable. But as the first light of dawn crept into his room, he noticed something extraordinary outside his window. A giant beanstalk. It stretched up into the clouds, its leaves shimmering in the sunlight. Jack's heart raced with excitement. Without a second thought, he scrambled out of bed and began climbing. The climb was long and tiring, but when Jack reached the top, he found himself in a strange and magical land. In the distance, he saw a giant castle with golden towers. Curious and a little nervous, Jack tiptoed toward it. Inside the castle, Jack discovered a massive kitchen where a friendly hen sat on a perch. But before he could get closer, the ground began to tremble. Thud, thud, thud. A booming voice echoed through the hall. "Fee, fee, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." Jack froze. A giant, tall as a mountain, strode into the room. He sniffed the air suspiciously, but didn't spot Jack, who had quickly hidden behind a pot. The giant sat down at a table and called for his hen. "Lay," he commanded. To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg. As soon as the giant fell asleep, Jack tiptoed out, grabbed the hen, and hurried back to the beanstalk. He climbed down as fast as he could and showed the magical hen to his mother. They were thrilled. They would never go hungry again. But Jack's curiosity got the better of him. The next morning, he climbed the beanstalk again. This time, he found a harp that played music on its own. But just as he was about to take it, the harp cried out, "Master! Help! Someone is stealing me!" The giant woke up with a roar and thundered after Jack. Jack grabbed the harp and raced to the beanstalk. Down, down, down he climbed, with the furious giant close behind. "Mother, fetch the axe!" Jack shouted as soon as he reached the ground. His mother, wide-eyed, ran to get the axe. Jack swung it with all his might, chopping at the beanstalk. With a mighty crash, the beanstalk toppled, and the giant fell with it, disappearing forever. From that day on, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, with their golden egg-laying hen and magical harp. And Jack, well, he never let curiosity lead him into trouble again, or at least not too much trouble. And that, dear listener, is the tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. The end.